So with 6 new fighters coming to Smash, is there anyone you're hoping for? Well, duh. Sora and Master Chief, obviously. You? Easy. Officer Howard and Pete/Claire. Pete and Claire? Sorry, what game are they from? Story of Seasons. You mean that Harvest Moon ripoff? Why would— Story of Seasons is not a ripoff! Story of Seasons is a rebrand of Bokuto Monogatari series, which until Harvest Moon 3D A New Beginning was localized as Harvest Moon. The game's currently being released under the Harvest Moon banner is a completely different series! That's confusing. Yeah, I know. So I guess the farmer would fight like Villager and Isabelle. Well, I guess you could make them play like that. But trust me, it is super easy to make them 100% different. How so? Make them a sword fighter! What? Well, I guess a weapon fighter or tool fighter is a more accurate term. I mean, if I'm remembering right, in Harvest Moon DS and DS Cute, Pete, Claire, and Pony could use farm tools to fight monsters in the mine. Plus, the Ruin Factory spin-off series proves further that this is possible. Now, the farmer's neutral A could be thrusting their hammer forward, their side tilt could be a swing of their sickle, then the down tilt could bring their hammer down, just like the rock smashing animation in the Story of Seasons games. Then the up tilt could be them thrusting their hammer straight up into the air. The dash attack could be the farmer making a full circle with their axe, like a fully charged axe in Harvest Moon Tree of Tranquility. The grabs would of course use the farmer's fishing rod, and it'd be one of those grabs that could latch onto ledges. I imagine that the aerial attacks would be a combination of these ground attacks reimagined for the air, or simply different hammer moves. Why are you mostly using the hammer? I think it makes the farmer more unique. But you could make a basic moveset that emphasizes the axe or some other tool. Speaking of, for the side smash, the farmer could swing with their axe, just like how they swing their axe in the Story of Seasons series to chop down trees. Then the up smash could be that they swing the hammer overhead. The down smash could be a similar animation to their normal down tilt. Alternatively, though, they could use their hoe for the down smash. However, I am a little hesitant to use the hoe in the down smash due to how I use it for another move, in which I'm using the hoe in the down special. The farmer would till the ground with their hoe, and, like the Inkling's ink, the unearthed ground would remain on the field for a little while. More on that later. Now, in the Story of Seasons franchise, you could charge up your hoe for longer reach. The same would be true in this moveset, where it could be charged up to go up to, say, 4 or 5 tiles. Now, the reason why the ground stays on Earth for a little while is because of the farmer's side special, which is the watering can. The farmer takes out their watering can to water the ground in front of them, doing damage, and, like the hoe, it can be charged up for a longer reach. But, if it is used on the unearthed ground, then it does more damage than normal. Cool, right? And of course, the farmer's neutral special would be them throwing seeds from a seed pouch. Maybe if it's not too much work, the logo on the pouch could randomly change to show different kinds of seeds. Not for effect, just for aesthetic. Anyhow, this move would hit on both sides of the farmer. Unlike the other 2 specials, it is not very far-reaching, nor is it chargeable. I did consider tying it into the previous 2 specials, but I thought that would be too complicated and unnecessary, so instead it just does normal damage. I'll admit, the up special was a little tricky to figure out, but I decided on something like Mr. Game & Watch's move, where some harvest sprites come out and launch the farmer upwards. Now, the final smash could be one of 2 things in my mind. My first idea, and the one I prefer honestly, is the Harvest Goddess. It'd be similar to Pit's final smash in Brawl. However, the Harvest Goddess appears instead of Palutena, and various harvest sprites appear instead of the Centurions. The other idea I have is Animal Parade. It's kind of similar to Yoshi's final smash, in which the farmer would take out their animal bell and the fighters caught in the sound wave would be stampeded by a parade of animals. Of course, led by the traditional floppy-haired dog. Okay, I can see you really thought this one out. Now we move on to aesthetics. You really don't have to— One of their 2 idle animations could be to stretch upwards, similar to an idle animation in most 3D Story of Seasons games. Then the second would be the farmer wiping their brow, cause, you know, farming is hard work. The up taunt could be that they spin around, then lift their hands up and say, "Lucky!" like in Harvest Moon Magical Melody. The side taunt could be that they whistle in the way that most Story of Seasons games use to call the character's pet. Finally, for the down taunt, the farmer takes out their hoe and poses like Pete does in the artwork for the original Harvest Moon on the SNES. Speaking of artwork, one of the 3 victory poses could be that the farmer does a cheery dance that ends with them posing in the way they do for the official artwork of Peter Clare for the Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town remake. The second could be them walking across the screen with their dog following, similar to the opening screen for the Friends of Mineral Town remake and other Story of Seasons games. Finally, the third could be them blushing cutely, almost like they're embarrassed to win. similar to the animation from Tree of Tranquility and Animal Parade, though I do know that the character is blushing because they're in love in said situation, but it's still cute, and it works, so I'm keeping it. And honestly, I can't remember if there's a win animation for the farmer when the player wins a minigame or festival, but if there is, then that would certainly replace my idea for the third victory animation. Also, the clapping animation could be the clapping animation from Tree of Tranquility. Okay, so then... Oh my god. The Kirby hat could be either Pete's hat, or if they could make it work, it could be the overalls that Pete and Claire wear. Now, I chose Pete to be the default since he was the very first Story of Seasons protagonist, and reappears several times throughout the series' history. I chose Claire to be the female option because she's the most recognizable of the female protagonists. While I would personally prefer Sarah due to her being the first female protagonist, or Pony, but that's really just because of nostalgia, Claire makes the most sense. So the first color is default Pete, while the second color is default Claire. The third color could be a white palette swap for Pete that resembles Mark from Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. The fourth color could be a pink palette swap for Claire that resembles Amanda from Harvest Moon: Magical Melody. The fifth color would of course be for Pete again, and it could be a yellow color to resemble the new hero in Story of Seasons: Friends of Mineral Town. The sixth color, and third for Claire, could be green in order to resemble Angela from Harvest Moon: Tree of Tranquility. The last color for Pete could be a brown palette swap that resembles Henry from Story of Seasons: Trio of Towns. And the final color for Claire could be a cow pattern outfit, listed as a black color since white is already taken by the Mark outfit. This cow print is supposed to represent Rachel from Harvest Moon 3D: A New Beginning, though an argument could be made that it's supposed to represent the cows from the game, or resemble Pony's cow print outfit from Another Wonderful Life. Please, just let me have this. But yeah, officially, it represents Rachel. You done? Yeah, I think I've covered everything. What do you think? Story of Seasons has a long history with Nintendo, and with the recent Friends of Mineral Town remake, it's a good marketing opportunity too. It just makes sense on so many levels! Plus, what I suggested is only one possibility. You could alternatively make a more Rancher-inspired moveset, where, just for example, the down special could be the farmer throwing a ball and their dog appears and chases it, hurting fighters along the way, while the side special could be like Wario's motorbike, but with a horse instead, and— Okay, I get it! You want the farmer from Story of Seasons in Smash, but you know what? What? You may have provided all of this evidence and proposed a plausible moveset, plus you even suggested alternative moveset ideas, but honestly, I gotta say, I think you're the only one in the community who wants the farmer in Smash. What? But it makes so much sense! Doesn't matter. You're outvoted. I know. But we did get Byleth and Piranha Plant, so I guess it's not out of the realm of impossibility. Yeah!